The clock on Alex's desk flicked from 3:32 to 3:33 a.m. The campus was silent. Not even the wind stirred outside. He had just drifted off, wrapped in a blanket of late-night exhaustion, when his phone lit up. No name. No number. Just unknown caller. Instinctively, Alex answered. At first, nothing but static. Then, his own voice. But older. Ragged. Panicked. Alex, listen to me, the voice whispered. Don't leave your room tomorrow. At 9:12 a.m. Whatever you do, don't go outside. He froze. His throat tightened. Who is this? He asked, though he already knew. He recognized that voice, buried somewhere in the back of his own mind, distorted by time and fear. The line cut out. The next morning, Alex stood by the window, gripping a coffee cup with trembling hands. He kept glancing at the clock. 9:10. 9:11. He told himself it was a prank. A weird dream. Stress. Finals week hallucination. Then it happened. A loud crash. Tires screaming. A car swerved violently on the campus road below. A student, headphones in, nearly stepped into the path, until someone yanked them back just in time. The time? 9:12 a.m. Alex's heart dropped. The voice had warned him. But how? Who, or what, had called him? Later that day, he checked his call history. Nothing. No record. No voicemail. Just the memory of a voice that shouldn't exist. That night, as he tried to sleep, his phone buzzed again. No name. No number. 3:33 a.m. And suddenly, Alex knew, this was only the beginning. Alex hadn't slept in 3 days. The first call could have been a fluke. A mistake. A bad dream. But the second, the third, and now the seventh? That was something else. Every night, 3:33 a.m., the phone rang. No caller ID. No trace. And always, always, his own voice on the line. Older. Shakier. Desperate. Alex, listen. Don't talk to Jordan on Thursday. No matter what. But of course, he did. Why wouldn't he? Jordan was a friend. Classmate. Normal. And then 2 days later, Alex sat in the cafe, phone in his pocket, when the conversation played out, word for word, exactly as he'd heard it on the voicemail. Jordan, hey, did you ever fix that weird buzzing sound on your phone? Alex's blood turned cold. That exact sentence. Same tone. Same pause. He bolted. That night, another message. Static. Panic. His future voice cracked with fear. They know about us. They're listening through the calls. Through me. Alex deleted the voicemail and shut off his phone. He buried it in his dresser drawer beneath socks, as if that would make the future go away. But the next morning, a new notification blinked on his screen. Voicemail. No call history. He hit play with shaking hands. The sound was distorted. Like it had traveled through a tunnel of time and trauma. Stop ignoring me, Alex. I'm trying to save you. They're getting closer. That was the last straw. Alex started leaving the phone off at night. Covered the mirrors. Taped over his webcam. He didn't want to hear himself anymore. He didn't want to know what was coming. But paranoia crept in. Who were they? Why him? And how long before the future stopped calling? And just showed up? The silence was no longer comforting. It was a countdown. Alex thought the silence meant it was over. After days of dread and dozens of missed calls, he finally did it, blocked the number. Powered down the phone. Removed the SIM card. For the first time in weeks, the nights passed without that haunting 3:33 a.m. ring. But peace has a price. It was Tuesday morning when the news came. Lena, his closest friend, was found dead just a block from campus. No witnesses. No cause. Just a shattered phone beside her, still recording. Alex stared at the message she'd sent just an hour before she died. "Call me. Something's wrong." His hands trembled. He hadn't seen it. He'd shut everything off. That night, the phone powered itself on. The screen glowed with an eerie blue light, no unlock code, no sound, just a single voicemail notification. He hesitated, then pressed play. At first, only static. Then a faint voice, distorted, trembling. His own. Screaming. Not in pain, but in sheer, primal terror. A sound he didn't recognize but knew was his. Then silence. And then, the voice again. Garbled. Distant. Uttered just 5 words. "This is how it ends, unless you stop it." Alex dropped the phone. His breath hitched. The room around him felt warped, like reality itself had bent sideways. Photos shifted in their frames. His reflection blinked a moment too late in the mirror. The ceiling fan spun without power. Was it grief? Guilt? Or something far worse? The next morning, Alex saw his class schedule. One course was never there before. His name written on lists he'd never signed. Events unfolding around him with eerie familiarity, like memories from a dream that hadn't happened yet. Time was breaking. The calls may have stopped, but the consequences had only just begun. And somewhere, buried deep within the static, something was still listening. Alex no longer trusted mirrors. Not because of how they looked, but because of what looked back. It started small. Quick flashes. A glimpse of movement in the reflection that didn't match his own. A blink delayed. A second pair of eyes staring too long. Then, one night, it changed. The dorm was silent. Shadows stretched long across the walls. Alex stood in the bathroom, brushing his teeth, when the mirror flickered, just for a second, and showed something that didn't belong. His own face. But older. Blood on the temple. A stitched scar down the jaw. Eyes hollowed out by fear. Frozen, Alex watched as the reflection raised a hand he hadn't moved. It pressed a palm to the glass. A whisper escaped cracked lips. "Get out before it's too late." Alex stumbled back. Blinked. The mirror was normal again. But he wasn't. That night, at 3:33 a.m., the familiar ring echoed, but not from the phone. It came from inside the mirror. The glow pulsed from within the glass, as if reality had split open. His reflection reached forward and picked up an invisible receiver. When Alex leaned in, the older version of himself spoke directly, voice raw and broken. "I've tried everything," he said. "Every call. Every warning. Nothing worked." Alex's chest tightened. His reflection looked tired, not just physically, but spiritually. As if time had drained something far deeper. "They found a way through the signal," the voice continued. "I thought I could change it, but I was wrong. You still have time." The mirror shattered with a deafening crack. Alex woke on the floor, face damp with blood from a small cut on his cheek. The mirror? Perfect. Untouched. But the phone next to him buzzed. Voicemail. He didn't play it. He didn't have to. He already knew the voice on the other end would be his. And he was running out of time to listen. Alex had exhausted every lead. Every warning, every message, every distorted scream, none of it had stopped what was coming. So he did the unthinkable. Buried deep in a campus sub-basement, behind a locked and rusted steel door, was a forgotten relic, an old military communications rig, once used for Cold War experiments in long-range psychic transmission. Abandoned. Unpowered. Left to rot. But Alex had read the files. Declassified whispers of time interference frequencies and temporal echoes. It was a long shot. But it was the only shot. He connected the wires, rerouted power, and tuned the frequency manually. 3:33 a.m. The machine hissed to life. Static. Screeching. Then, clarity. A voice. His own. But dying. Alex. Alex, listen. The words came in gasps, interrupted by coughing and distant footsteps, heavy, uneven, wet. They're here, they followed the signal. Alex's blood ran cold. They used me to find you. A low growl echoed behind the voice, followed by a sudden crash. I tried. I warned you, you can't trust. Silence. Then a new tone, sharp, mechanical. A second message came through. Coordinates. A date. 1 week from now. And then the final phrase. Don't trust your own voice. The transmission ended. Alex sat frozen, the device still humming softly beside him. On the nearby monitor, the waveform from the call glitched and pulsed, not just sound, but something more. A shape. A figure. Watching. That night, Alex stood in front of the mirror again. His reflection blinked at the wrong time. Then it smiled, a cold, unfamiliar smile. The phone buzzed. One new voicemail. No caller ID. Just breathing on the other end. Alex didn't answer. Not this time. Because now he knew, whatever was trying to reach him, was already here.